What up, everybody? This is Zafa, Slater. And you know, there's a cobble in that pot, if you know what I'm saying. We had a little technical difficulties, a little crime fighting escapade, so I'm sitting here. And we will be getting a few Funkos, and we will be doing a few things tomorrow. But now, let's talk about Terminator. Terminator. Good movies. Love all of them. I mean, everything about Terminator is just cool. Furthermore, part 1, they say, is epic. I do believe that too. I mean, I knew who Arnold was. Actually, I remember seeing Conan Takes New York back in the day when my parents owned a video store. I remember watching it with my dad. I remember Arnold, Conan the Barbarian. I mean, everything about that, man. Great movies. Even his newer movies. I mean, if you haven't seen Last Stand or anything like that, excellent movies. Anyways, part 2, great. Love the T-1000. Part 3, still stellar. Everything about it. Terminator Salvation, Sarah Chronicles, the newer one, New Genesis, which is one of my personal favorites. Furthermore, Dark Fate. Now, the thing about Terminator is you have to kind of look at it in two realities. Everything, like right up into Genesis, and then everything right up to Dark Fate. Genesis probably caused Dark Fate, in my opinion. It started a multiverse, you could say, of Terminators, or one that already existed. That's kind of why I like Genesis so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dark Fate is a good movie. Salvation, I mean, everything about these movies, the storyline about a killer cyborg coming back to rid the world of Sarah Connor, to stop John Connor from being born. I mean, this is spoilers for a movie that came out in 1984. So. And Terminator 2, they bring back the T-800. Arnold plays a Terminator with a older John Connor in his teens. And this Terminator actually learns about humanity. Great movie. Love the T-1000. Terminator Salvation, off the chain. It's just basically a continuation. Sarah Connor. Like I said, you gotta love these movies. Like Sarah Connor, later on you find out. I don't know if she faked her death or not. Some people say she did. Some people say she didn't. But all in all, by and by, an excellent movie. I actually like the female Terminator. It was very interesting. It kind of led into the Sarah Connor Chronicles that came out around the same time. Too bad they didn't make another season. They only made season 1. Everything about the Terminator series is just absolutely wonderful. Salvation. Oh man, I love Salvation. The actor they found to play John Connor's father, excellent. Everything about Terminator is just great. Kyle was his name. The soldier that went back in time, fell in love with Sarah. I mean, there's a lot of good things about Terminator. It's an action movie, a sci-fi movie, a love story, a hope movie. It's one of those movies that movie set that kind of breaks all the rules and has a little bit of everything. Wonderful, wonderful movies. And up until this point, because I saw Terminator 1, I saw T2, T3, Salvation. I mean, it's really hard to pick. Genesis just brought everything together, in my opinion. I love the older Arnold. They found great actors. They always seem to find great actors for these movies. Every time. Every time they find great actors for these movies. Anyways, the thing I love about these movies is that they give you different realities. They give you different views, and the story evolves. Sometimes sci-fi movies, certain sci-fi movies, they get stuck. You could pick a certain genre, but the best sci-fi movies always evolve. The best series always evolve. You can sit there and think of Star Trek, Star Wars. Everything changes. The best thing about the Terminator movies is the same damn way, each and every time. Dark Fate, on the other hand, I love that one too. Spoilers, if you plug your ears right now, if you don't want to hear it, if you haven't seen Dark Fate, I hope there's another one. But yeah, the Terminator comes back in time, blows away John Connor, and you're just sitting there in the beginning like, oh, shit. Oh my god, dude. I can't. The story continues. Female for the new quote-unquote savior or messiah. Wonderful story. Every time they bring in a new Terminator, you are just not disappointed. You are not disappointed each and every time. I can't wait for the new one. There's a rumor. I mean, it said it didn't make any money, but it did make the gross back. I think it was just a knee-jerk reaction to John Connor dying. Personally, I think that's what it was. And I mean, Kyle Reese, easily one of my favorite characters. I was actually glad. That's why I liked Salvation so much. I keep going back and forth, but it's so hard to pick a favorite movie. I love the actor they picked for Kyle Reese in Salvation. And then, like, spoilers. I keep saying spoilers. Part 5. Man, John Connor being the bad guy. And you can even go to Part 3, and it ties everything else together. Like I said, Part 3 didn't make money. This part didn't make any money. This. These movies all make money. Stellar actors, stellar scripts, great Terminators, great stories, and there's always just a dash of humor each and every time. Like I said, these movies have a little bit of everything. Each and every time you like watch them, you view them, you can sit there and be like, you know what? I could throw on Part 2. I could throw on Part 4. I could throw on Part 5. I could throw on... You could just sit there and just be like, well, I could watch Dark Fate 2 on top of everything else. They're the binge watch movies. And that's the great thing about sci-fi movies. They have a little bit of everything. So, I'm asking the sci-fi gods, please make another Terminator movie. The Terminator comics, wonderful. RoboCop versus Terminator, if you ever pick those up, wonderful. I mean, everything that the Terminator name touches turns to gold. So I expect great things for the new Terminator movie. I'm hoping because they said there's going to be a trilogy, so I'm really banking on that. That would actually be really cool. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the Terminator movies. I'll do a deep dive if you guys want. Hit me up in the comments about each movie individually, because I'm painting in broad strokes here. But if you hit me up, and you guys, if the fans really, really want one, I will do a deep dive movie by movie by movie, if it's all good with you guys. And as always, this is Zafa Slater, signing off.